So you start thinking of the probability of risk and the speed of reward, not just risk versus reward. Think of probability of risk and speed of reward. The first question you should ask yourself as an example, would you choose to have a high chance of losing 20 pips, for example, or a low chance of losing 50? That was question 1. Put it in the comments. Would you choose to have a high chance of losing 20 pips or a low chance of losing 50? Question 2. Would you choose 50 pips profit in 3 days or 30 pips profit in 1 day? Right, the first question I asked you, high chance of losing 20 pips or low chance of losing 50, that's the probability of risk. Low chance of risk with a bigger risk amount, or a high chance of risk with a smaller risk amount. Then the speed of reward, 50 pips profit in 3 days. So it takes you 3 days to make 50 pips, or 30 pips profit in 1 day. That's the speed of reward. When we put those options together, option 1, you got a high chance to lose 20 pips with a 50 pip profit in 3 days as a trade setup. Or would you prefer a low chance to lose 50 pips and 30 pips profit in 1 day? Don't try and do the math calculations for these two options, because I've just put in the numbers there, but it's really the concept of how to look at your trade ideas, the probability of risk, and your speed of reward. For me, I would rather go for a low chance of losing 50 pips with 30 pips profit in 1 day. For several reasons, because if I can do 30 pips profit in 1 day, I'm not holding on to a trade for 3 days to try and make 50. Every time I'm holding on to a trade, I'm exposed to risk. Every time I'm holding on to a trade, I'm exposed to risk. And then when I start looking at my chance of losing pips, a high chance of losing 20 pips could mean that I lose 20 pips over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, which could accumulate to quite a big amount of pips being lost. So that's one situation where a lot of new traders would say, I only want to risk a small amount. I'll put 10 pips stop loss for every trade. And then it hit 10, loss, next trade, 10, loss, next trade, 10, loss, next trade. In 10 trades, you've lost 100 pips. Alternatively, you can go for a low chance to lose 50 pips. A low chance could be you enter 10 trades and you only lose once. That's 50 pips. And if you enter 10 trades and you make 30 pips per trade, that's 300, and you lose one at 50, you're still 250 up. So I would always rather go for a low chance to lose 50 and then quickly take my profits, 30 pips a day, in, out, I'm done. So just to reiterate, where to put your stop loss. Your stop loss, if you're buying, if you're looking to buy, your stop loss should be below the support level. Because if price breaks that support level, your analysis will be proven wrong. So your stop loss should be below the support level, because if price breaks below the support, your analysis is wrong. If you are selling, stop loss should be above the resistance level, because if price breaks above the resistance, your analysis will be wrong. Your take profit levels should be where likelihood to reach is high. You don't want to put it below. If you're looking to sell, you don't want to put it below that support level. You want to put it above the support so that it comes, hits, and you're out. If you're buying, put it below resistance level, put it below the resistance level. Most importantly, don't put your stop loss too near. Don't put your take profits too near as well. put your take profits level, and I've seen this quite often. Everyone goes on to keep stops tight, keeps take profit levels tight. Keep your take profit level at the resistance or the support level, so you give yourself the chance to make that decision as it moves towards your take profit levels. If it comes down towards the stop loss, at least you have the decision to make near the support or near the resistance, whether you'll close out before it hits your stop loss. You have all the indicators, you have the 5 steps there to guide you through all the analysis as it moves towards your stop loss or towards your take profit levels. You see that my approach towards stop loss and take profit levels is very different from what you would probably be more familiar with. I'm not telling you what number, how many pips above this price, or how many pips below this price. Have your levels, have your support and resistance levels, and then have your stop loss and take profit levels according to where your stop loss and your support and resistance levels are.